Hi Flosstube, Judy here from an Aussie and a Kiwi world on Thursday the 9th of February 2023. Welcome back to my channel, to all my subscribers, and welcome to any new subscribers that have joined over the last few weeks. If I can first just say thank you to everybody for your overwhelming support over my previous video, where I opened up on a personal journey of my own, and it's lovely to actually see that other people have actually either gone through a similar journey to mine, or actually you're still going through the journey at the moment, or you'd like to actually take that step to go through a journey similar. So I have been speaking to quite a few people through private message, and I'm just blown away by the support that you can get from this Flosstube channel. So thank you, and I won't ramble on about it too much, but I just wanted to show you that my heartfelt thank you for those that have supported me. So not much to actually report today. I did actually record last week, and unfortunately when I was playing back the video to edit, my voice was out of sync with my lips somehow, and there was nothing I could do to try to get it back in line or back in sync. So I decided just to give up. And then over the last sort of couple of weeks, we had 2 Fridays ago, I believe it was, there was a really bad storm here in Auckland and the Coromandel, and there was loads and loads of damage. Auckland was underwater. There's people out of their houses because their houses got flooded. There's houses on the top of the cliff that are now on the edge of the cliff. One of our state highways has actually been damaged badly, and it's now closed for possibly a 12-month period because of a slip that happened. And I will try to put some photos at the end to show you some of the damage that's actually occurred around the district and also in Auckland, which is just devastating. But as part of the of that storm, I am a volunteer at work through for civil defence, and I was called into the emergency operating centre to help respond to that emergency. So we've been trying to help isolated families that don't have access now to supermarkets, or have been evacuated from their houses because of further risk to the land or to their house, where there's people, once it becomes to the point where there's could be a loss of life, then it does become a state of emergency, which is actually what's been declared up in Auckland and also for Coromandel. So Coromandel's state of emergency actually ended today, or it ends tomorrow. But unfortunately, as of Sunday, we do actually have a cyclone coming through over New Zealand, which is quite a huge one, and we're all trying to prep up ready to be able to step back into the emergency sort of space to be able to look after these people. Like, this could be catastrophic, and we need to try to make sure that we're on board to make sure that there's minimal injury or anything like that to human life, and also try to minimize the risk of the land and stuff that's in the district as well. So okay, I'll go through my whips and my stitching. This is obviously why you've come along to see me. So I'll go through the whips that I've been working on. I've had a few starts, and I haven't had too much stitching. I've sort of been stuck on one project in particular, which I'll be able to show you. I'll show you that one last because I'm more excited about that one, and we'll go from there. So the first whip I wanted to show you was a pain-free craft project, and this is the Kaleidoscope Dragon, So there is a cell going at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's called Stanley's Dragon Cell. If you check that out on Instagram. And I believe Dizzy Stitches, Kel Stitches, Ailarra, and quite a few other people are actually doing this dragon cell as well. So it's quite a beautiful chart, this one. And I don't have too much of progress to show you, but I do have some black stitches. So it doesn't really look like much at the moment, but it will hopefully grow. I'm going to try to put a couple of hundred stitches in this on a weekly basis so that I can see some progress on that one. Okay, the next one is a stitch area project, and this is called Family. So this is just a nice little saying, and it's got a few words there that says be thankful, always forgive, share, respect one another, show compassion, make mistakes, say I love you, be grateful, laugh out loud, know you are cherished, and be happy. So this is quite a cute one, and I just started roughly in the middle just with this eye, and it's on a, I'm not sure of the fabric, it might be a Zweigart Ada. And I've just done a small start, which is just here, which is this is going to say I, and then love you is the other side. That's the first one, and the colour that I'm doing that is the 3847 with in DMC. It's a nice teal colour. The next one is a bothy kit, and this is called the Menagerie Illusion. So a nice chameleon or a lizard, whichever way it is. And I've started just in the corner, just down the bottom here. So this is one of the projects. The paper is, the pattern. Let me get it right. Sorry, I'm out of words today. The fabric is already pre-dyed. It comes already printed. And that is the piece that I've started. So just the bottom corner. I love how all the colour changes just make it look like scales. It's actually a really lovely piece to work on. So the downfall about starting so many is that I find projects that I'd really like to keep working on, but I want to make sure that I can get as many started as I can. So I either have to forfeit the starts and just work on some of the projects that have got stitches in it already, or enjoy the fun of actually starting. So it's going to be fun to see where I end up. So sorry, the next one that I'm going to show you is the Menagerie, which is Paradise, and another bothy kit. A gorgeous parrot, lots of bright colours. And again, I've started in a corner, but the opposite corner, just down here. And that's my start. So it looks a little bit like flames. Another pretty cool project to work on. And another bothy kit, Fairy Tales, Painting the Roses Red. Alice in Wonderland one, and I've started right in the middle with Alice's body there in her dress, and not much of a progress, but this is the progress I've got. So just half her body, and this is part of the flamingo that's actually in her hands. So this is another fabric that's already coloured. It's got all nice colours there, and I think it actually makes it really nice when you look at the actual pattern and have the different colours through the background. That looks great. Another bothy, which is Mad Hatter's Tea Party, so along the lines of Alice in Wonderland again. And I've just started in the middle and gone across here. I've done a little bit of the lace of the tablecloth. And this is my progress. So as you can see, this is where the little mouse is, just above the table, and this is the lace of the tablecloth. So just some black stitches. So just on the pattern here, so this is what you would have seen with the little whiskers, and the lace was here. So that looks like a fun one to do. Now the next one I think everybody's seen, and it's the Cottage Garden samplings, the Year in the Woods. So I've decided to do the Year in the Woods and to try to do it as the seasons. So this is the summer theme, and I'm actually just doing the middle one, which is the eagle. This is just my working copy of the pattern, but so it'll be those three on the same piece of fabric. And I've had this fabric dyed by Catherine at Country Stitch. So this is my progress. So a funny story about this fabric is that I received the fabric while I was going away for the weekend, I think it was. That's my start, which is just the eagle's wing. There's quite a few stitches in there, 800 stitches or something, I think. And it's on a 20 count in the colour eucalyptus. So when I received this fabric, I asked Catherine to colour the fabric based on the recommended called for fabric colours. And after watching Henna Dowling with the colours that she's put hers on, it really got me wanting to try to keep with the same colours. Like normally I'll just grab a piece of fabric that I've got in my stash and stitch on it, and instead of being pink it might be purple or blue or green, whichever way. And this time I thought, nope, I'll stick to what they called for. So I asked Catherine to dye me some fabric that's going to allow me to do the 4 seasons and have it big enough. So when I got this fabric, which as you can see is not a huge piece of fabric, it's a 20 count, but I opened it up and we're in the car on the way, in the car on the way out, and I said to my husband, oh no, Catherine's given me the wrong fabric. This is not going to fit 3 pieces of 3 charts on there. So before I messaged her, I thought I'll just wait till I get home and I'll measure it up. I'm not very confident in actually measuring fabric and based on what each of the recommended sizes are. Like when you look at, where is it on here? So when you look on the patterns, and it actually states if you use this certain count, it's going to be this size, blah, blah, blah. I'm not confident that that's actually exactly the size it's going to be. So I like to do the old-fashioned, grab my needle and actually count the stitches across. So I know I had to do something like 330 stitches across by 130 or 140 high, and that would have covered the whole 3 patterns on there. Well, I had to be corrected, because when I started counting, there's definitely enough on this fabric to do the 3 patterns. So what I thought was actually incorrect is correct. So Catherine does know her stuff, and I'm probably a little bit silly to doubt the fact that she would have made a mistake. But mistakes do happen, and yeah, I'm a little bit shocked that it's actually going to be quite cute on that piece of fabric. So the next 2 projects, which are the last 2 that I want to show you, this is actually a Marjorie Massey project, and I don't have, I've got a working copy with me, but it's black and white. So I'll just pop a picture up here of what the project looks like, which is the one from Marjorie Massey. And I'll also put up a picture of what my friend Letitia's copy looks like that she has actually just finished. So this was one that was going to be on my to-do list for maybe next year. Excuse me, I can't even dress myself. Maybe for next year or even the year after. And as soon as I seen Letitia's, it was like no, I need to stitch that. So I chose a fabric called Splash Lime, and I've chosen the colour 92, which is a DMC, variegated floss, and it's got quite a lot of lime and things like that. And this is my progress. So this is such a fun stitch. It's a little bit hard with the variegated because I'm not choosing where I actually start or finish the colour thread. I'm just threading the needle and then just popping it on. So regardless of where it goes, that's totally fine. And as you can see on Letitia's, which is just here, her variegated threads all look lovely, like, and she's done the same, just started it wherever it actually comes off the spool. So there's no direction of the way that we're doing it. It's just fill it, put it in the needle and stitch. So this is actually amazing. I absolutely love this project, and I'm still trying to decide whether, when I first originally seen this, it's 9 apples, as you could see. Do I just do one green apple and the rest red, or do I do green maybe as the cross and do the other 4 red ones? Or I'm not 100% sure of what colorway I'm going to go, but I just think this is amazing and I really loved stitching on it, so I stitched on that for quite a few days. The last project that I've started, and this is the one that sort of kept me very busy for the last week, and that is the Steady Thread project, and it's the 2023 Botanical Cell. Excuse all my yellow highlighter marks. So this is something that I've seen on quite a few Flosstubers videos showing their whips. Creative Leigh, and I believe from Fiction and Floss, and there's lots of people that are actually stitching it. Alyx from Creative, Alyx, and each time I seen it, it was like oh, maybe I should just add it, and then I'm like, no, I've got plenty of stitching to keep me going. I don't need another cell that's going to come out every week and me have to keep up with something. So I decided not to. And then once I seen the project, Letitia again put out her project that she was doing, and it had a nice little bee in one of the corners or one of the spaces here, and a little a ladybug on another corner or another sort of part of the project, and it actually looked really cute. So I decided that I'd jump on board and join in the fun. So sorry, I've still got it in the Q step. I'll quickly just take it out and hopefully I'm not too noisy. So what I decided was that I wanted to do something fun and add a bee or a little ladybug in like everybody else. And then I thought, why don't I actually put something in there, that an animal on there that I absolutely adore. And for those of you who have been watching me for quite some time, or even have just joined and only watched 1 or 2 videos, you'll probably get the idea that I love frogs. So I decided that I would do a frog on mine. So this, for the people that are actually in my Facebook group, you would have seen this because I posted it last night. But so I finished all my hexagons, which are all there, if you can see it properly, and I've decided to add a frog on top of my hexagon. And one of the lovely ladies from the Steady Thread group today suggested that maybe I use this hexagon to put the date in, because I've got the frog's foot halfway over the hexagon, so it might be nice to be able to put the date in there instead of actually trying to fill in the black work as it comes to that that week. So I actually really like this. And I will do other things. I'll do a bee and a ladybug or a lady beetle, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple of other things as well. But I just think the solid colour on black work will actually make it stand out, just like it did with my the ladybird black work that I had with the ladybird in the middle, and then all the black work around it. It just emphasises the colour of the stitching, and that's exactly what this does with this frog. So that frog's actually from a pattern that Cherry Parker has actually created and designed. Cherry Parker is a New Zealand designer, and because she knows I love frogs, she designed this frog, and I was really lucky to, and I don't think I have it here handy, but I was really lucky that Cherry stitched it for me and put it onto a nice canvas and sent it to me as a surprise. So that was really lovely. So if you haven't heard of Cherry Parker before, please jump onto Etsy and search for Cherry Parker Designs. She has some quite cute little Kiwiana projects on there. So maybe check her out and see whether anything that she's got is actually your taste. So that's the last project I've been working on, and I believe this will probably stay up for next couple of days. But what I do want to do is to be able to pull out some more projects and see what else I'm actually going to work on. So without me actually grabbing the camera and showing you how much of a mess my craft room is, behind me and just down here I actually have four big tubs, like about this big, and they've got all my projects. So they have to be big projects to hold 174 projects. So what I normally do is I grab half a dozen of these projects that are in these tubs, and that's what I'm working on for the fortnight or the week or however long it is that I plan on stitching. So I try to get some stitches in each one. So what I'm actually going to do is, once I bundle these ones up and put them back into the tub that I've worked on already this year, I'm actually going to then grab another 6 or 7 projects and take them out to the lounge room, and I'll work on those until I record again. So I'd like to try to record on a Friday evening, and that's my plan, to try to do it on a weekly basis. So hopefully I'll be back next Friday to record an update of what I've been working on between now and then. I do have a very busy weekend. Well, it's not a busy whole weekend, but I am away for the weekend. I'm going to my daughter's for her baby shower, and we've only got 4 weeks, going by calendar days, 4 weeks left before the baby's due. So it's very exciting, getting closer and closer. So I know that once the baby comes, I will be quite busy with her and being able to help as much as I can. I'll probably possibly go and stay there for a week just to give her a hand, and definitely take my stitching, but we'll see whether I'll manage to record a video while I'm up there, and we might even get a sneak preview of the baby if she allows me to pop them on a video so early. So thanks very much again for your subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate it. For the other floss tubers that have sort of reached out and said so many lovely kind words and things like that, if you have a floss tube and I'm not aware of that, I haven't actually subscribed or made you aware that I'm watching or anything like that, please make sure you comment down below so that I can, in the comments, so that I can actually come and subscribe to you as well, and check out what you have to offer and the projects you've got. So as you know, I do, or some of you may, I do have a Facebook group. Feel free to join in. It's very casual. We pop a challenge in there every month, and this month is actually being Valentine's month. We actually put a challenge in there to stitch on something that you absolutely love, or something that you can relate to Valentine's. So feel free to pop over to an Aussie in a Kiwi World, or Stitching with Judy, an Aussie in a Kiwi World. Jump over there, answer a couple of questions, and come in and have some fun with us and share what you're working on, so we can all actually enjoy seeing that. I always move away from finish my videos, and then afterwards I go, oh, I should have mentioned this and I should have mentioned that. I need to actually be a little bit more organized and actually write information down again, because I always seem to forget to write them down. So I did have a couple of shout outs for some new Flosstubers that I've been watching, but I will pop the details down below, or I will just mention it in the next Flosstube that I've got. So one of them I do actually have is a gentleman, Saxon, Johnnie Saxon, I think his name is. I just started watching him. I watched his first one just a few days after he'd loaded it, and he's such a down-to-earth gentleman that just loves stitching, and he just has that ability just to suck you in is not the right word, but to intrigues you to actually sit there and listen and watch what he's got. He's got some cool projects that he's working on, and definitely wants to expand his stitching supply. So what's a better way to do it than to actually watch Flosstube, or to be a Flosstuber, because part of being in the community is very enabling, and people will actually offer new projects that you actually could be looking at, or encourage you to actually go shopping for other projects and things like that. So I don't have any excuse of why I've got so many projects, and it's certainly not from Flosstube. It's from just my obsession, I guess. So yeah, anyway, if I can just say, have a wonderful weekend once the weekend arrives. Wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be kind, and appreciate what you have in today's life, because you never know when that life could be taken away from you. So take care, and I will hopefully catch up with you in a week. So see you later. Happy stitching. Bye bye.